Hello friends, welcome to the series of lectures of Mathematics 1. Myself Hardik Patel from LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Now in today's session, we are going to continue the application of definite integrals. First of all, we have seen the volume and volume by revolution in first session. In today's session, we are going to learn arc length and the surface area of the revolution. Now, first of all, length of a plane curve in 3-dimension curve or 2-dimension curve. See, length of arc in Cartesian form is given by the length of arc of the curve y is equal to fx in between the points x is equal to a and x is equal to b is given by s is equal to integration from a to b under root of 1 plus dy by dx the whole square dx. That means you have given any curve and you have to find the arc length in between the point x is equal to a to x is equal to b. Then this length is denoted by small s and it is given by, suppose this is the function y, then you have to find out dy by dx and substitute that value here. That will give you s is equal to integration from a to b under root of 1 plus dy by dx whole square of dx. Okay. So what we are going to do, same manner, instead of y, if we are finding the arc length using x, then if the curve x is equal to f of y and you are finding the length of arc in between y is equal to c to y is equal to d, then it is given by integration from c to d under root of 1 plus dx by dy whole square into dy. You can use either of formula to find the arc length of a given arc. Okay. Now we are going on to the example. Find the length of arc of the curve y is equal to log sec x from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to pi by 3. Now first of all, you have given y is equal to log sec x and the limit of x is given from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to pi by 3. So here y is equal to log sec x, that's why dy by dx will be a 1 upon sec x into sec as a derivative sec x into tan x. So 1 times sec x cancel out and you will get answer tan x. Now use the formula or arc length as you are integrating in between x is equal to 0 to pi by 3. So arc length s is equal to integration from 0 to pi by 3 under root of 1 plus dy by dx the whole square dx. Correct? Now dy by dx is nothing but it is a tan square x and 1 plus tan square is sec square. So sec square as a root sec x. Now sec as the integration log mod sec x plus tan x. Okay. Substitute the limits. So that will give sec pi by 3 tan pi by 3. Sec pi by 3 has a value 2 and tan pi by 3 has a value root 3 minus log of sec 0 tan 0. Now sec 0 has a value 1. So you have minus log 1 but log 1 has a value 0 as tan 0 has a value 0. Same manner, now the length of arc of a plane curve, if we are finding the length of arc of a parametric form, that means you have given x is some function of t and y is some another function of t and you are finding the arc length in between the points t1 and t2. Then it is given by s is equal to integration from t1 to t2 under root of dx by dt whole square plus dy by dt whole square into dt. Okay. So that means you have to find out dx by dt, dy by dt and substitute both values and you have to put the limit of t. Find the arc length of find the length of a curve x is equal to e raised to theta into the bracket sine theta by 2 plus 2 cos theta by 2 and y is equal to e raised to theta cos theta by 2 minus 2 sine theta by 2 measured from theta is equal to 0 to theta is equal to pi. Okay, that means limit of theta is given. So starting with the solution, here x is equal to e raised to theta sine theta by 2 plus 2 cos theta by 2. So first we are finding dx by d theta as it is in a parametric form. So you have to apply u into v. So first u as it is, derivative of v sine as a derivative cos theta by 2 into derivative of theta by 2 is 1 by 2 minus because of cos as a derivative minus sine. So minus sine theta by 2 into 1 by 2, but 2 into 1 by 2 will be cancelled out and you will get minus sine theta by 2 plus this bracket as it is, that means sine theta by 2 plus 2 cos theta by 2 remains as it is, and derivative of e raised to theta is e raised to theta. Now simplify this term, that means e raised to theta common out, and if you are going to simplify, then sine theta by 2 sine theta by 2 will be cancelled out and you will get 5 by 2 e raised to theta cos theta by 2. This is the value of dx by d theta. Same manner, y is equal to e raised to theta into cos theta by 2 minus 2 sin theta by 2. Again apply u into v, that will give you dy by d theta is equal to e raised to theta into the bracket derivative of cos is minus sin theta by 2 into theta by 2 as a derivative 1 by 2 minus sin as a derivative cos theta by 2 into theta by 2 as a derivative 1 by 2, but 2 will be cancelled out and that will give you minus cos theta by 2 plus v as it is, that means this term as it is, and derivative of e raised to theta, that will be a e raised to theta. Now e raised to theta common out, cos theta by 2 cancel out and you will get minus 5 by 2 e raised to theta sin theta by 2. Now substitute both values in our integration of arc length and you are finding the arc length in between 0 to pi. So s is equal to integration from 0 to pi under root of dx by d theta whole square plus dy by d theta whole square d theta. Now dx by d theta is nothing but 5 by 2 e raised to theta cos theta by 2. That means you have 25 by 4 e raised to theta 2 theta into cos square theta by 2. Same manner dy by d theta is minus 5 by 2 e raised to theta into sin theta by 2. So square will be plus. So that will be a 25 by 4 e raised to 2 theta sin square theta by 2 into d theta. Now 25 by 4 e raised to 2 theta common out and you will have sin square plus cos square. But sin square plus cos square is going to be a 1. So this is going to be integration from 0 to pi under root of 25 by 4 e raised to 2 theta. Now if you are taking the square root, then you will have 5 by 2 e raised to theta. 5 by 2 constant and e raised to theta is the integration e raised to theta. Limit is from 0 to pi. Substitute the limit, that will give you 5 by 2 into e raised to pi minus 1. This is the answer of arc length. Okay. So same manner, if you are finding the length of arc in a polar form, then the length of arc in the polar curve r is equal to f of theta between the points theta is equal to theta 1 and theta is equal to theta 2. Then it is given by s is equal to from theta 1 to theta 2, integration from theta 1 to theta 2 under root of r square plus dr by d theta the whole square into d theta. Okay. Now going on to the example. Find the length of a spiral r is equal to e raised to 2 theta from theta is equal to 0 to theta is equal to 2 pi. So if you are starting with a solution, then r is equal to e raised to 2 theta. That will give you dr by d theta is 2 e raised to 2 theta. Correct? So if you are going to find the arc length in between 0 to 2 pi, then it will be a arc length s is equal to integration from 0 to 2 pi under root of r square plus dr by d theta the whole square d theta. Now put the value of r is e raised to 2 theta the whole square, that will be e raised to 4 theta, and dr by d theta, that is nothing but 2 e raised to 2 theta the whole square, that will be a 4 e raised to 4 theta. This will give you 5 e raised to 4 theta, and so if you are going to take under root, then root 5 will be constant and you will have root 5 into e raised to 2 theta d theta. Root 5 is constant common out and e raised to 2 theta is an integration e raised to 2 theta by 2. So if you are going to substitute the limits from 0 to 2 pi, then we will have root 5 by 2 into the bracket e raised to 4 pi minus 1. So this is the answer for the arc length of a polar form. Now we are going on to the area of a surface of a solid of a revolution. Now see, area of a surface of a solid of a revolution in Cartesian form is given by area of a surface of the curve y is equal to fx about x-axis is given by s is equal to integration from a to b 2 pi y under root of 1 plus dy by dx the whole square into dx. Or if you are rotating about y-axis, then the area is given by, for curve x is equal to fy, then it is given by capital S is equal to integration from c to d to pi x into under root of 1 plus dx by dy the whole square into dy. Now we are going on to the example. See, find the area of a surface of a revolution generated by revolving the curve x is equal to y cube from y is equal to 0 to y is equal to 2 about y-axis. So first of all, you have given the curve x is equal to y cube and you are rotating about y-axis. That's why we are finding dx by dy. That will be a 3y square. Now this is the curve. See, you have a curve x is equal to y cube, correct? And we are rotating this about y-axis. So this is the your strip and this is the area which we are going to revolve. Now this area is revolved about y-axis. Then you will have surface. This line is going to generate the surface in a 3 dimension. And whatever the surface we have to find out the area of that surface in a 3 dimension. Okay, so it is like some bell shaped curve in 3 dimension and we are going to find the area of that bell shaped curve. Okay, so now the surface area S is given by integration from 0 to 2 pi x into under root of 1 plus dx by dy whole square dy. Now if you are going to integrate from 0 to 2, then x will be replaced with y cube, correct, because x is equal to y cube, and dy by dx is nothing but it is a 3y square. So if you are going to put, then you will have 2 pi by 36, correct, into the bracket 1 plus 94y square raised to 1 by 2 into 36y cube dy. See, what we have done is, here you have 9y raised to 4 and 9y raised to 4 has a derivative 36y cube. So here we are multiplying and divided by 36. So this is fx raised to n into f dash x. So you can integrate with, in the formula is used that fx raised to n into f dash x is equal to fx raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. But here it is definite, so the integrating constant is not written. So this is the integration 1 plus 9 y raised to 4 raised to 3 by 2 divided by 3 by 2 and limit is from 0 to 2. Now substitute the upper limit and lower limit. So putting 2, that will give you 145 raised to 3 by 2 minus 0, that will be 1, correct, and 3 by 2 common out, so you will have 2 upon 54. And if you are simplifying this, then you will have pi by 27 into 145 root 145 minus 1. So this is the answer of the integration. So these are the topics which we have covered in today's session. If you have any query or any doubts regarding these topics, then please feel free to contact me. Thank you so much.